stress a pretty important issue, especially if you watch my previous video. I spent nearly an hour to bake just the 16 frame of this pretty high resolution division, which is 256 fire and smoke simulation. And as you guys can see, it's a pretty high definition, and you can even zoom it in and you can look at it in a different angle. It looks fantastic. But you need to save it. Okay, so currently it's as the sort of default auto-generated cache directory, and you want to say, hey, I already spent a lot of time calculate this, render this, and bake this. I'm going to save it in somewhere safe, so when I close it and reopen it, well, I want to see that again. I want to just see that data, to sort of fetch that data rather than just generate that data on the spot. So basically I see this rendering and baking as a process of doing the calculation. Okay, so you don't want to do the calculation on the spot because it will cost you a lot of electricity as well as a lot of computational power. So what I'm going to do is to go to this setting. So you just choose this physics setting. Remember, you got this domain chosen, and we got the physics. Go all the way down. We got this cache bar here. Okay, so if you open it, it will just give you the directory of the sort of auto-generated directory of cache. Okay, so var folders R0, something like that, and of course you are going to save it somewhere safe, right? So I have got a new directory for it to save. So once you want to save it, you just click accept, and it will safely save to a new directory. Okay, so every time that you will need to get the data will be there. It won't be gone. And of course you can say frame start from 1 all the way to 60, and of course you can just change that to customize it. And of course for now we can't do anything about it because we already sort of lock our data. You need to free the data to do any more adjustments. And since I already changed the directory, let's play around with it a little bit. So first, I already tell you guys that do not set this too high. Okay, so let's release it. So free all the baked data, and we are going to set it to a little bit lower, maybe 32, and then you can bake data. You can click here to bake data, but since we are already talk about the cache here, we already got a new directory for that. We're going to bake data here, so we can choose from the previous list, just replay, so we can just use that to play all this animation. Okay, we got the flow. Let me just show you the flow. And since we're at the replay mode, we can actually just see all the rendering in real time as it bake. Okay, so I got the star and I play that. The already baked frame will be pretty quick, and this is the frame that is rendering right now. So once I pause it, okay, I go to the from start. This will be a little bit smoother than previously non-rendered frame. Okay, so and of course we can change the frame start to frame end. Okay, this is a good way to adjust that without moving adjustments above. Okay, so we can say 250, something like that, and of course you can bake it here. And of course you can use the modular. I already demonstrated modular, but you can set it as the all-in-one click baking option. Okay, so you can type all, and yeah, and once you got type all, you can just click bake all, and you can just don't worry about all these settings above, but just one click here and you start baking, and you can see the progress bar here. Okay, this will save you a lot of hassle, and my personal recommendation is use modular modular should be your first choice. The second should be all, because it saves you a lot of hassle, and the third and the last one should be use the replay option, because replay will give you a lot of a bug and it's pretty buggy, and you are not going to see that in a pretty smooth animation. So sometimes depending on your computer's task, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, sometimes will a little bit buggy, sometimes the animation is not good, got a little bit glitchy, and sometimes you may corrupt the data. So my recommendation is modular first, and then all, and then if you are rendering, baking a pretty small, pretty low definition data, you can use replay. Just maybe you want to demonstrate that, okay? And once you got that, you can freeroll, but do not click it, because that will just release all this calculation data. So we can go to star, we can just play. Remember, we got the 250, so we can see all this rendering. Okay, let me zoom in out a little bit so you guys can see this rendering all the way up to 250. Okay, and of course you can look at it from different angle and just looks great. And my personal favorite is that I like to pause to a certain frame, like you are stopping the time, and you go to this shift and dot. So let me show you guys how. Let me get you screencast key. Okay, so you use the shift and dot, so you got this sort of first person shooting game view, and you can just zoom in, and you can look your creation in different angle. Okay, and that looks pretty good. And once you are pretty satisfied with a certain angle, you can exit and play the animation. Okay.